Hi guys, long time no see and Happy New Year. This is my first video in 2026. First on the list, Operation Absolute Resolve. In a move that stunned the world, the United States bombed Venezuela and abducted President Nicolás Maduro. Donald Trump praised the operation to seize Maduro as one of the, quote, most stunning, effective and powerful displays of American military might and competence in American history, unquote. Months before the operation, tensions had been rising, with the US issuing threats over Maduro's alleged involvement in shipping drugs to the US through Colombia, the world's biggest producer of cocaine. Now, the US military began executing airstrikes on vessels in the Caribbean Sea in September 2025. In October, the strikes expanded to include the Eastern Pacific Ocean. The Trump administration alleged that the vessels were operated by groups it designated as narco-terrorists. When asked why Trump didn't use the Coast Guard to block those smuggling boats, Trump said that the boats were too fast, but not fast enough for missiles. A naval build-up followed, and by December, it seemed very likely that the US would invade Venezuela. China gets nervous as Venezuela has been described as an all-weather strategic partner, owing China billions in oil loans for all the infrastructural projects carried out as part of the BRI. Now, exactly how much we don't know, as both countries have opaque systems. The Chinese pundits sprang into action. In Taiwan, there are the pro-PRC blue pundits who are even more eager to prove their loyalty than the mainlanders. Now take Taiwanese influencer Zhou Siwei for instance. This is his video made before the US raid.
我觉得现在美国走的是骑虎难下，进也不得，退也不得。进其实不是跟委内瑞拉在打，你是跟中国大陆、跟俄国在打。你真的打委内瑞拉，你打得赢？你打赢的先决要件是你要占领委内瑞拉。你有没有能力可以占领委内瑞拉？我觉得他没有能力。美国没有能力能够占领委内瑞拉，那这个战争注定就是失败。这个战争你打是必败，不会赢的。啊，机会来了，好开心！
机会来了，
我终于可以用委内瑞拉来做我的代理人战争。
哎，
我恨你美国恨得要死，你让我俄国人打这个俄乌战争，牺牲这么多人。虽然我占了乌克兰很多的土地，但是我俄国人也牺牲这么大。
是。
那你要讲中国大陆其实都是笑嘻嘻的嘛，我不必表面上跟你吵架嘛，但是我要跟你扳手腕的时候，我一定扳嘛。我为什么不搬呢？现在我就可以证明我的中国武器赢过你美国的武器嘛。我只要用小小的几样小的精密的武器、先进的武器，我就可以赢过你。那俄国人很聪明啊，俄国人用增速飞弹啊，对的是你美国的军舰跟航空母舰嘛。今天不要用到中国的这些武器哦，先用俄国的这些武器，就可以把你美国的航空母舰跟军舰打沉。你来试试看啊。那真正用到中国的武器的时候，那就是美国。如果你登陆委内瑞拉，你登陆看看，你打看啊，你看这些武器，中国的武器，可不可以制止你？绝对可以制止你。
In the first video, he said that the US is not capable of invading Venezuela because of all the superior Russian and Chinese weapons being deployed there. America will stand no chance. Fast forward 3rd of January 2026 at 11:46 local time. Trump gave the green light. The weather broke just enough, clearing a path that only the most skilled aviators in the world could move through. About 150 aircraft took off from 20 different air bases across the Western Hemisphere. Meanwhile, the Venezuelan military was focused on the 2 aircraft carriers in the Caribbean. They were part of a decoy actually. This is called 声东击西, one of the 36 dirty tricks from ancient China. Don't think that only Chinese people know how to use it. Now, if you are interested in my book, 36 Dirty Tricks from Ancient China, do check out the link in the description. On the ground, US forces disabled Venezuela's air defense systems, including this one. Trump was quoted as saying, quote, "The lights of Caracas were largely turned off due to a certain expertise that we have," unquote. They were employing some secret technology that the US had not boasted about. Several deafening explosions rang out across Caracas, with the US Secretary of War, Peter Hegseth, describing it as part of a massive joint military and law enforcement raid. The attacks employed F-35s to take down advanced Russian missile systems, which were boasted about by our Taiwanese blue cam influencer earlier. Air and military bases were also hit. Now, this part of the operation lasted just 30 minutes. Delta Force helicopters then transported Special Forces troops to the building which housed Maduro, touching down at 2:01 a.m. He was quickly arrested and taken to some unknown location. Maduro then reappeared in court in New York, denying the charges against him. Interestingly, Maduro was hosting Chinese envoy Qiu Xiaoqi shortly before he was seized by US forces. Maduro wrote on Telegram of his meeting with Chinese envoy for Latin America Affairs Qiu Xiaoqi, quote, "A fraternal meeting that reaffirms the strong bonds of brotherhood and friendship between China and Venezuela through thick and thin," unquote. Meanwhile, Maduro's all-weather friend China has strongly condemned the US capture of Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro, saying that it violated international law and threatens peace and security in Latin America. It said the US should immediately release Maduro and his wife Cilia Flores. OMG, are they going to unleash the warrior wolf? I cringe when Trump says that he knows more about something than anyone else. But when he says that the performance of the US military in Venezuela is impressive, I give him full bragging rights. The only thing that I agree with the Taiwanese blue camp influencers is that it's a proxy war. From the way it turned out, you can't say that it's a template for China's invasion of Taiwan. I'm amazed how many people claim that Trump's latest feat in Venezuela is a template for other countries to do the same, assuming that they have the same military capabilities. Nope, it's not a template. It's a warning, a deterrent. Every news channel out there is reporting this. I think a disclaimer should be attached. Don't try this yourself. Now let's come back home to Singapore for some of the more mundane and frivolous stuff. With the proliferation of bicycles, PMD, PMAs, or whatnot, our walkways have become highways where it's perfectly possible to get injured or even killed if you're just walking and minding your own business. LTA has come up with some new regulations and guidelines to protect us. Let's take a look at some of these regulations. PMA users must now get a doctor or occupational therapist certification before they can use their PMAs. So easy, right? No need medical board to get downgraded. You can use PMA already. I suggest that you don't ging. The more you use it when you actually don't need it, the faster sarcopenia is going to hit your legs. Now, these 8 devices should be no more than 150 cm in height. Now, that's easy to enforce, and not more than 300 kg when loaded. How do you enforce that? Set up weighing stations all over the island? Finally, these machines are not supposed to go above 6 kilometers per hour, which is a brisk walking speed. Must brisk walking speed be kept at 6 kilometers per hour also? Why can't they just say 6 kilometers per hour for PMAs without mentioning any speed for those who are walking or running? I used AI to produce this image. Did they use AI to produce their poster also? I'm quite sure many people will qualify for PMAs, and many of them will not give up blasting the music at full volume and overtaking the brisk walkers and even joggers. I'm not sure if I should be carrying one of these or wearing one of these.